In this video, we'll be talking about 4.2 objective 2. Given the value of one trigonometric function, find the values of other trigonometric functions. We're going to assume an acute angle, meaning that it's going to be in quadrant 1. So we have the cosine is 7/25. So that means that the square root of 25 squared minus 7 squared is going to give us our other side, which is 24. So sine is going to be 24/25, and cotangent is going to be adjacent over opposite. It's going to be 7/24. Still dealing with an acute angle in quadrant 1. Cotangent adjacent over opposite is 1/2. So this is going to be √5. Then we want to find tangent, which is going to be the reciprocal here, is going to be 2/1 or 2. And secant is going to be √5/1, or just plain old √5. How did I get √5? I got the square root of a squared plus b squared, which was square root of 1 plus 4, which is square root of 5. Now we have some decimal stuff to deal with here. So let's just start with the easy one. If cotangent is 0.373, then 1 divided by 0.373, the reciprocal of cotangent will be tangent. And we're going to round to 3 significant digits here, 2.68. And cosine, again, this is an acute angle, so I might have to use my triangle here to say that this is 373 thousandths. So 373 and over 1,000, like that. And that makes this side here, it's square root of what's 373 squared plus 1,000 squared. This can be, let's see if I've got a more exact answer here. 73 squared plus 1,000 squared. Nope. So 67.299864. And cosine is going to be, store that as my variable, 373 divided by that variable, 0.349. Now there's some other ways that I could get to this. I could go through tangent and use an identity, which we haven't talked about identities yet, but I could go through tangent to get to secant, and then from secant I could take the reciprocal to get to cosine, but it's going to do the same thing as me changing this decimal into a fraction and using that ratio here for the sides, and then using the Pythagorean theorem to get this. And that's more consistent with what we have talked about so far. So if tangent is 9/40, what is the value of sine squared plus cosine squared? Always, all the time, it's 1. I'm going to show you that it's 1 here, but this is an identity that sine squared of anything plus cosine squared of that same anything is always 1. So square root of 9 squared plus 40 squared is going to give me 41. And then sine is 9 over 41 squared plus 40 over 41 squared is 81 over, let's see, 41 squared is 1681 plus 40 squared is 1600 over 1681 is 1681 over 1681 is 1, just like I expected it to be. Not sure why there are 2 boxes here, but it is 1. Oh, I wrote 1 in there already. There's not 2 boxes. It's 1. Okay. And if x equals cosine and what is sine of theta in terms of x equals it should be y. So if cosine theta is equal to x over 1, it's x over 1, and then this should be y, but it should also, it says in terms of x, so this should be root 1 minus x squared. So let's write it that way. And that should be it for this video. We'll come back next time and talk about 4.2 Objective 3. See you for the next video.